like that, but my favorite band, a little hint, my favorite band is 5 Seconds of Summer. What's going on, everybody? My name is Lynda, or Lynn, whichever you'd like to call me. Welcome in. And here we have a space. I'm hoping that it reaches the right audience, because what I've learned over the years is that, people will come and go out of your life. What I've learned is that the right ones never leave. And by that, also, I have eyebrows. I don't know what's going on with the lighting. My next video is going to be upstairs. I'm reorganizing everything. So I have eyebrows. They're just very pale. Anyways, what I'm getting at is that there's always been one constant in my life for the last 13 years. And I've always wanted to make a channel where I could talk about that one constant that's been in my life. And I have some friends that I talk to and everything, and I have some friends that get it. I have some people in my life that understand. But as most people know, I am and have always been obsessed with the bands that I listen to. I get into these fandoms and I just so happen to never leave. Some people grow out of bands, some people grow out of types of music and everything like that. But my favorite band, a little hint, my favorite band is 5 Seconds of Summer. So a little introduction to this video and this channel. This is where it is a safe space to come and fangirl. This is a safe space where you can come here and you can comment on my videos and be like, oh my god, I feel the same way, or oh, I totally didn't see it that way. But it's nice to see, it's nice to see other people's opinions with that. And I have made some 5 Sauce friends along the way. I had some 5 Sauce friends I went to school with, and I could experience growing up with 5 Sauce with those people. I tended to stay a little bit more hardcore into the fandom than some people, just because this band has always meant the world to me. I go a long way back with this band. I used to do these deep dives into YouTube, because I listened to One Direction, I listened to all these other bands, and I ended up coming across that cover. My oldest confirmed date back to listening to them was a video I came across in my Google Photos, back in 2012, November 27th, 2012, where I did a cover of their cover. And I used to do shit like that all the time. I can't sing to save my life. I don't know why I ever thought that I could, but I was trying. I was getting there. I used to post covers on Facebook. Don't try to go to find them. In the video, I stated I was I'm doing a cover of a cover today, and I'm doing 5 Sauce's version of Teenage Dirtbag. So that's my closest thing to a date when I started listening to them is October, November of 2012. I'm 26 now. I've wanted to do something like this for so long, to where I could just have a safe space to just talk about what I want, because I'm so sick of annoying my family about it. I'm not really sick of it. I feel like they are, but I don't care. I talk about 5 Sauce with everybody. I talk about all the bands I listen to with everybody, but 5 Seconds of Summer has been there for me through every milestone growing up. Going into teen years, because I was 13 when I started listening to them, that going into teen years, then graduating high school, then them putting out Young Blood, and it was my second year into being an adult and everything, and that album got me through a lot. But all of them did. All of them got me through a very different time period of my life, and I am so grateful. So grateful that I was able to have a band that stayed, because I remember when One Direction went on their hiatus, don't get me started on that. I remember that day, I was if I didn't have 5 Sauce to console me with that, I feel and I would have just been nowhere, because I started listening to One Direction very early on in their career as well. And so when One Direction split up, I was just I was so deep into the 5 Sauce, so deep into the One Direction and everything like that, that I was just kind of okay, well, One Direction's coming back. I never thought that it was a forever hiatus, Nobody did. Nobody thought they were breaking up. We were just kind of they'll be back. They said 18 months, they'll be back. No worries. So basically, I just wanted to do this channel because I have 2 other channels, but the other channels will be linked here, by the way. Not here, probably here, because I don't know how to put it into the video. I'm not smart like that with the editing and YouTube and stuff like that. But I am going to be doing all kinds of stuff on this channel. I'm going to be doing, like, listen to the albums with me and, like, breaking down, like, my favorite parts, talking about them. You know, who do any of you guys know, like HT Hayes? Troy? Well, he does videos like that, like where he listens to the albums, like, for the first time. And I will be doing that with, like, their new music. Like, I will be doing that with Callum's album. I will be doing a live, not live, but, like, live reaction and then, like, posting it on there. I'm gonna do the same thing with Michael's albums, but with Michael's album. And then whenever Five Sauce puts out new music, I am going to be doing reaction stuff like that. However, I'm also gonna do, like, videos where I am going to be, like, listening to the albums, like, how they go. Like, I cannot talk today. I don't know what's going on with me. But I'm gonna be listening. In each different video, I'm gonna be doing something different along those lines. There's gonna be times where it's just here, like, me talking, and I'm just gonna have, like, bullet points that I want to talk about with Five Sauce. But then there's gonna be videos where I am going to be, like, listening to an album, and I'm just going to be, like, breaking down how the album makes me feel, like, how I interpret it and stuff like that. Not that really anybody cares, but it's something that's fun for me. I really enjoyed the YouTube thing. I enjoyed editing videos, because the person, my cousin, that I do the other channel with, Adventures of Lynn and Shay, she lives so far away, so, like, this summer we're still going to be doing videos, we're still going to be doing that channel and everything when we get together and we go and do something and stuff. But it's also, it puts a lot of pressure on that one channel to be making sure that, like, we're doing videos all the time to get views and everything up. And I enjoy doing stuff like this, and especially if I get to talk about Five Sauce, like, that's like my thing. So basically, I'm just gonna go through a couple things. I have them written down. Don't ask me where I put the paper, because I have no idea where I put the paper. But I wrote, like, down questions to, like, ask and everything. Ask myself. And answer myself, pretty much, so you can get to know me as a Five Sauce fan. So, as I said, I've been in the fandom since 2012, like, end of 2012. My favorite is Luke. However, I love them all, and I am so excited for their solo musics. Like, I love their solo projects, I will say. Do I miss Five Sauce? Yeah. I know they are in the studio, because when I see stuff like this and I see stuff like this, it makes me so happy, because it just makes me know, even though I know that they've all said in interviews that, like, they're not breaking up and they're still a band very much, and they're in the studio working, they're writing, they're doing all these kinds of things, it still makes you worry. Especially, like, people that weren't also One Direction fans don't get it. Because once you see one of your favorite bands, which I had been listening to One Direction for, like, 4 years at the time, that you don't understand the worry. That, like, when they go a while, it's like that one video. Actually, I'll put it up here.
To the fellas.
I just sent a screenshot.
Yeah, I was like, why does everyone keep saying it's a hiatus?
Right.
Like, we just took a year to make an album, and then they sent me a definition, and then I ate my words.
So, like, you don't get it when they say it, like, when it's a hiatus, you never think it's a hiatus once you're a One Direction fan, and then you've been through it. Like, if you came into One Direction fandom, like, after they were done being a band, that's one thing. Like, you don't understand the feeling of getting that tweet or seeing that video where they talk about doing an 18-month hiatus, okay? Because at the time, you think, they'll be back. Don't worry. They'll be back. They're the biggest boy band of all. They'll be back. And then they don't. And then here it is. Almost 10, like, it's like 9 years. It is 9 years. Like, 9 years that they've been not a band. That's a lot more than 18 months if you ask me. So whenever 5 Sauce goes, it's like, because in September it'll be 3 years since 5 Sauce 5 came out. I'm hoping we at least get a single or something. I get it, we got Lighter. That song slaps. But hoping we at least get a song before the end of this year. Or a couple. You know, a whole album would be nice. But I think, in my personal opinion, I think that they're going to give Michael and Callum their moment. Luke and Ashton, they got their moments. Ashton put out an album in 2020, Luke put out an album in 2021, and then 5 Sauce 5 came out in 2022, and then Luke and Ashton both put out albums in 2024, but they each got their time to do it. They each got their time to have their little, like, moment shine. Callum and Michael, like, Callum's comes out in 2 weeks. I'm so excited. I literally cannot wait. And then we got, like, 2 months before, or like a month and a half, no. July 25th. I don't know how long July 25th is from when I'm putting this out. I also don't know. I'm hoping to have this edited and posted by Wednesday, but I don't know. But as of today, today's June 1st when I'm recording this, and Callum's comes out on June 13th, so I'm excited. Anyways, so my prediction is that they're gonna let them have their moments. On Michael's website, it says tour scratched out in the little words. Like, I'll put a screenshot here. So I'm thinking that Michael's going to go on tour. I'm thinking maybe Callum's going to do a tour. I know he's doing that signing tour where he's doing, like, the multiple events for, like, signing his albums. I already ordered a signed one. I would love to have one signed by Callum, but I live in Maine, so it's kind of not that easy to get over to where, although I would love to. I would love to meet Callum Hood. I would literally die to meet Callum Hood, but not possible for me. But, I mean, this is what they do. They do writing album tour for 5 Sauce. And they haven't been on tour in like 2 years. They haven't put out an album in almost 3 years. It's a cycle. But you have those fears, as I was saying. I'm going to get off topic a lot, and I'm going to get on to other topics. So just so you guys know, if you don't like somebody that's like really scatterbrained, talks really fast, and can't stay the fuck on topic, this probably isn't the channel for you. So, but stay and finish the video, because you might end up liking me once I get my shit together. I don't know. But I forgot what I was saying again. You have those fears when you weren't in the One Direction fandom, when they announced their hiatus, okay? And then you're still like one of the biggest fans of this other band, 5 Seconds of Summer, that they like to do this thing where they go years without putting out an album, but then they don't give any updates until they're like, boom, album's done. Thankfully, with 5 Sauce 5, we got, like, the making of 5 Sauce 5. We got, like, all the, like, hype for it, like, for them to announce it, you know? But, and now, finally, we're getting stuff like this. And stuff like this of them in the studio. And we're getting it confirmed. Like, Callum and Luke and Michael have all been doing all kinds of interviews. And they've all, like, Ashton and Michael have been on the Artist Friendly podcasts and waiting for Luke and Callum to go on. Just saying. Basically, this channel, I'm trying to keep this video short, but I can't stay on topic because I have no idea where that little piece of paper went. Okay? But anyways, okay, so back to me. Alright, sorry my dog started barking. Almost 13 years in the fandom. Diehard Luke girl. Have been since the second that I found the band. There was never a question. Like, I was immediately a Luke girl. I just knew. I just saw him and I was like, yeah. As he's aged, I have never, he's just also his voice, his singing voice has, like, his voice in general, like, I could be in any sort of, like, bad mood, sad mood, just very upset, and you play some his voice is always there. Five Sauce in general has always brought me so much happiness, but it like I've always genuinely like lie detector passing with flying colors. You could ask me, and Luke Hemmings has like one of the most beautiful voices I have ever heard in my life. No matter what he sings, no matter what note he hit, like I swear, I think they're all him. I really do. I think that Five Sauce is just everything. Like to me, I think that Five Sauce is just they have always brought me out of any funk that I've been in. They have gotten me through everything. And I was going through a really hard time when Luke put out his album, his first album, and that album really like when the first time I listened to that, I wish I had recorded like a live reaction to that. Like I went from like crying to like just in awe of the whole album. And like I am gonna do like a listen with me to that video to that album as well. Same thing with Ashton's and everything. Um, but that album really like did scream to me and said like a lot of the songs on that album I hear and I can resonate. Like I've always said that Diamonds, like that song by Luke Hemmings, I wholeheartedly, I really can relate to a lot. I love that song. Um, but anyways, back to Five Sauce. Back to the real reason you came here, even though they technically all are Five Sauce. But I am as you see, I on my body forever. 5 Seconds of Summer with the original Tally logo, and then I also have Sounds Good, Feels Good Skull, and my niece is actually, because she's really good into art and everything like that, she is designing me a Five Sauce tattoo. And I plan on what else did I want to talk? I really wish that I hadn't lost that paper because that I had so many questions on there that I was going to answer. Like there was stuff like favorite album, favorite songs. The one thing I can't do and the one thing I won't do is pick a favorite Five Sauce song. I can pick favorites off of albums. It takes a lot of debunking. And I'm going to try to do those in the videos where like I do listen with means and everything. I'm going to really try to debunk what my actual favorite songs are. Because to me, when I think quick about it on like Youngblood, my favorite songs are Ghost of You and Why Won't You Love Me. That's it. That's at a quick. Like I also can't pick one. I literally cannot pick one because like Ghost of You, that song will make me sob every single time. That song will literally make me like well up tears every time I listen to it. And Why Won't You Love Me? That song, until you hear it live, you don't know. Yeah, until you hear it, not a recording live. Until you hear it live, you don't know. That song is unreal. Babylon also changed my whole opinion on that song. That song, I liked that song. I always have liked that song. But I wasn't as crazy about it until I felt it live. Because when they play it live, it's so good. So good. And it completely changed it from like a 6 to like a fucking like 9.5, 10 when I heard it live. That's how good they do it live, you know? It's really difficult for me to think of like favorite Five Star songs because they've all gotten me through different things in all different ways, you know? We'll get there and we'll do it. You know, like that's what this channel is going to be. I'm going to try to do a video every week or a video every other week to start off with, and then a video every week eventually once I get like my setup going. I have a few things that I'm like getting framed and they're going to be up on my wall so I can have a little background because right now I don't really have nothing going on my background for where my computer is going to be upstairs. So currently I'm in my living room, but the next video that you see me, I will probably be upstairs in my room where like my actual setup's gonna be. So yeah, I'm Lynda. I'm a huge Five Sauce fan, big fan. I'd even say I'm in their top 10 fans. But that's just me. I'm the number one fan. A lot of people say, oh, number one stan. I'm a number one fan. We're all their number one fans. We're all their number one fans, and we're all here to fangirl over the same band. And I can't wait. I can't wait to make all kinds of Five Sauce friends from this. I can't wait to meet the right audience with people that understand, because that's what I'm excited about the most about this is like the people that come and watch this, they're either going to be haters of Five Sauce just to come and just be annoying and be irrelevant, and then there's going to be the people like you that understand what I'm saying. They understand my crash outs. They understand my excitement, my freakouts for things, you know? They're going to understand the things I'm talking about, my references that I say. Because the references that I say on a day to day basis, people don't get it, but you will. And if you don't, then maybe you're not as big of a Five Sauce fan, or you haven't been in the band since their Keek days. A lot of my references come from the Keek days. They come from the live streams that I used to watch. Like if you weren't there for the live streams and you weren't there for the Keeks and you didn't go back and watch them, go do so. Like this is just an introduction video. Like this is really, I really can't get comfortable. But this is just an introduction video to my channel, and it's gonna dive so much more deeper once I get more comfortable with it again. Because I haven't sat myself in front of a camera and been like, hey, let me just talk about this since we had our podcast. And we haven't had our podcast in like a year, you know, on the other channel. But I'm here, and I have some lineup videos that I'm going to be doing. But if there's anything specific, like specifically Five Sauce related that you want me to you want me to talk about and you want me to go over and cover on the channel, I am so down. I am so down because there's not really much that has happened with the Five Sauce fandom in the last 13 years, almost 13 years, that I'm not going to know of, I feel. So I also challenge somebody. I challenge somebody who's watching this video to bring up a topic that I'm unaware of. I've experienced it all. I've watched, there's there's maybe one or two interviews that I haven't watched out there, but I've watched most of them. All the live streams. I don't think there's a live stream that I missed, but I watched the live streams. I've seen every single Keek there is to watch. Every single one of them. I don't even think there's any Snapchat stories that I haven't watched. Just because I was just like that, like I was like that obsessed when I was like in high school and everything like that. Like I wasn't really that active on like other social medias, but it was like when it came to things to do with Five Sauce, I was on Twitter, I was on Snapchat, I was on Instagram constantly, and I was like always checking this stuff. And because this was before like you could set like the notifications specifically for them, like one person on Instagram, like you had to go check. And so that's what I did. And I was just always on it. Like I was always checking everything. I think I've had my Instagram since 2014 or 2015, but I was always on Twitter before that. Like Twitter was like my big thing that I was on. So I'm super excited to be able to talk about all the stuff that I've always wanted to have a channel for about this. Like I enjoy my other channels that I do. Like because I have the Cooking with Lynn, and then we have the Adventures of Lynn and Shay. I really enjoy doing those because it's just like something fun that I enjoy. Like enjoy that. So that's why I'm here doing it. But I really hope that you liked this video. I will be back very, very soon. I am trying to decide if my next video is gonna be the reaction to Callum's album, or if I'm gonna do another one in between. I might do one more in between, but I haven't decided yet. So until then, my name is Lynda, and I am glad to have met you. And I'm glad to have been able to rant with you. And there will be many more, many, many, many more of these. Also, a little side note, like and subscribe. And maybe turn on a little notification so you can see when I post. I will be trying to post every other week for now until I get back into editing and everything like that. And then I'm going to be trying to post one video a week. I'm going to aim for Wednesdays. That's going to be my thing. So I'm not making any promises. I'm aiming for that. But yeah. Until next time, I will see you at the cone.
See you in the cone, boys.
See you in the cone.
See you in the cone. See you in the cone. See you in the cone.
See you on the cone.
Cone live. See you in the cone. I'll still see you in the cone.
See you in the cone.
I'm in the cone.
See you in the cone.
See you in the cone.
See you in the cone. See you in the cone. See you in the cone.
See you in the cone.
See you in the cone.